Welcome to the Divine Empowerment Healing Session. So thank you all for being here, and we're going to be doing a little bit of magic today, healing some traumas, telling you a little bit about what I do, and answering any questions. We've got a small group, so that means you can have a little bit of personal time and ask anything that you may be wondering. So is everyone familiar with my work? First step. Is everyone kind of familiar with my work? Have you seen me dissolve traumas before? Have you had traumas dissolved by me before? Let's have a little round robin. Camilla, would you like to tell us what's going on with you? Well, yeah, have you seen me before? What do you know about me so far? Ask to unmute. Is that working? I asked you to unmute now. Oh, it's not working. I did ask you to, I muted everyone when they came in. And it should work, and it should say ask to unmute. That's not working. Gillian, let's move on. Camilla, she has a second to, see if you can fix it, Camilla. I did ask you to, if I ask you to unmute, it should come up. Camilla, sorry, Gillian. Hi.
I was on one of your lives before. A friend of mine had told me about it. So, I mean, I have lots of different little kind of traumas, but I just kind of feel there's something from ages ago. But anyway, I do have other ones I can use. There just seems to be lots over the years. So
yeah, well, that's quite typical. We've all had lots of traumas over the years. But the way that my work works is you need to be able to feel it. So if you can't really specify it, so I sort of ask people to think of a title for or maybe it's a breakup or a bereavement or whatever it is, so you sort of know what you're talking about. And we put a point to refer back to, and then I ask people to grade it out of 10. So 10 being something very upsetting, and then 0 being something which you're completely over. And what we try to do is just bring down the gradient of it so that by the end it just feels at peace. And sometimes if it wasn't that big of a deal, you get lucky and you get to do a couple of different ones, because I want to make sure we get all the way through it with people.
Great.
Cool.
Great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Sarah, so you saw me in London?
Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
I did. Just as I was coming out of Olympia at the show, and just was drawn to you. Literally been following you. I missed your event in London, but the actual workshop that you did. But just been following you since then, and just really, really intrigued. And for me, I'm always gut instinct. Well, I wasn't always gut instinct, to my detriment. But yeah, you just have this gut instinct and this pulling. So that's why I'm here. So lovely to see you.
Well, good. I'm glad it resonated. Yeah, I did 3 talks in the London trade show. But yeah, it's always fun. It's my work is very cutting edge, and it's not everyone's ready for it. I have that problem, actually. Sometimes it sounds a little bit too good to be true. And then it also, I think people are very loyal to whatever medium that they've been working with for a long time. So if you're coming along and being this sort of whippersnapper who's coming and, reinventing the wheel, not everybody's into that. Yeah. I think it's bloody brilliant, but it's not. And a lot of people, strangely, actually they're very identified with their trauma. So they are, I am so-and-so and this happened, and they're not always ready to let go of it. If that defines who you are as a person, which unfortunately is what happens to a lot of people, they don't want to let go of it because they don't know who they are without it.
Yeah. Which
is a real shame. And it's just so, I'm sorry, I've got someone to admit. It's a real shame, and it's actually so detrimental to people's happiness and health. Because I think traumas cause diseases. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm glad. Nice to meet you. Camilla's got her audio back on. Yeah. Lovely. And then she's frozen. Camilla. Okay, go to Monica. Monica, how do I know you, and anything you want to have a quick little say-so before we go in?
Do you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Hi. I've got a big drama, but I can't remember what exactly happened there, with my memory. I somehow wiped it out. But I've got like Jillian little other stuff which I can offer, so to say. And as did one session with you when it was about money thing.
Okay, you did the money magic one. How's that worked out for you? Has that helped?
It's helped because when there's something with a bill, I really don't care. I used to be really scared of financial situations or think a lot, you know, couldn't sleep. And now I don't have it. I'm just say, okay, let's see how it goes on. I really notice a difference. It's like I can't really capture it, the feeling I had. It's not there no more.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
It's weird though. It's strange.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what happens is if you get yourself into a financial difficulty, you end up being scared of envelopes. I've had it, you know, and you have these envelopes and and then you end up only sort of paying the minimum repayment on a credit card. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And the whole thing is just very overwhelming and rubbish. So I'm glad, you know, and then also, unfortunately, the dark side of the law of attraction is that what we're focusing on, we're attracting, which people don't talk about, it's something that annoys me about the law of attraction. No one really talks about the dark side of it. Whatever we're focusing on, we're attracting. So if you are sitting there and stressing out about financial issues, you're actually wishing them from the universe, which is, it's a strange thing, but that's what's happening. So if you don't have to do that and it's no longer freaking you out, then your financial position should be changing. Have you noticed yourself in a better financial position as well, or is it just more calm?
It's more calm.
Yeah.
It's more calm. Yeah, I don't worry. I have problems and I think, okay, I have to solve them. But I don't have sleepless nights. I'm not worried no more. That's why it's so strange, because it's like I say, okay, fuck it. Just go on with life and try my best.
Amazing.
And yeah, it is incredible, because I got worried because it was so strange that I couldn't, I was searching for this feeling. I couldn't find it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad. That's real progress for you. That makes, you know, not having sleepless nights and not worrying about things, you know, it's very important to be proactive with whatever's going on in life, you know, and if you are sort of crippled by the stress and the worry about financial concerns, it's very difficult to then be able to work proactively to resolve issues that we have. So fantastic. I'm glad you've got, you know, progressing, because that's the thing. We've all just got to deal with everything and keep going. Isn't it? Fantastic. Amazing. Lovely. All right. Else, how are you? Else is one of my advanced practitioners. We'll say hello to her. How you doing, darling?
Well, it's quite hard actually, because Rose, my daughter-in-law to be, is going to have her operation tomorrow, and she has this tumor inside of her vertebrae.
Yeah.
Yeah, in her neck. And I worked very, very hard on her. I did a lot. It was an amazing journey, but I can't prevent the operation tomorrow.
Did you do the emotional stuff?
Yeah, we did what I could, but she was very resisting and couldn't do more than I've done. So,
yeah, I mean, what you have to do is go through metaphysical anatomy, and there has to be no resonance. But if people aren't ready for it, there's nothing that we can do. You know, we can do a bit, but you know, they have to be sort of all in to be able to do it, really.
So I worked very hard, and I'm sure I did a lot, but we'll see tomorrow. The tumor has shrinked, and I think the pain she has now is because of the discs are not in
alignment.
And I think that's the problem. But I'll see tomorrow. But it's quite, well, I'm a bit tensed about it. But I can't do more. And I did everything I could do. And it was an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Help her after the operation again.
Well, that's the thing, you know, you can speed up the recovery and hopefully, you know, if you've dealt with the emotional side of it, then hopefully she wouldn't have something like a relapse. You never know. But, you know, unless these the emotions are dealt with, then all these diseases will come back and come back and come back. So, you know, hopefully you'll be able to help her going forward and certainly aid with the recovery from the surgery. You know, you can only do what people allow you to do. And if people, you know, they have to be able to feel it for you to be able to heal it. And if they are resistant and they don't want to listen and they just can't, it's just not for them at the time.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. I mean, you can do what you can do. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, it's a lesson for me for acceptance. It's her tumor and it's her process. And
yeah, it's her decision.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll do my work after the operation and repair the damage. And we'll see tomorrow if the tumor has shrinked.
Yeah, that would be very interesting to see if it's got smaller.
But for the rest, because doing a lot of work on Rose, I'm doing a lot of other stuff as well. And today I had an amazing experience twice, just healing trauma for people I spoke for as a consultant, being this health occupational doctor. And I cured somebody and saved her from heart catheterization, you know, looking at the heart, saved her from getting medicine for her stomach and everything. And it was just amazing. And she was, can I tell the story? Sure.
Yeah, go for it. Why not? We'll get to everyone.
This lady, she had this pressure on her chest and on her back and in her left arm, and everybody thought she would have a cardiac attack. And so the cardiologist and examining her, and they think it's her stomach, and they just don't know, and give her medicine and all investigations. And then she said, yeah, I have a little stress. Okay. Tell me about the stress. Yeah, doctors don't listen to stress. I will. So she told me she has a son for 21 years of age, and he's disabled mentally and has autism. And this boy, man, went to live apart, not in the house anymore, and he's taken care of. So at the 30th of April, he was moved to another location, and she doesn't have to take care of him anymore. So I said, well, that's quite a trauma. Yeah, but I'm happy for him, and he's doing good. And then I said, okay, but for you, 21 years, you were always looking at your son. What's he doing? I must say something, give him the structure. No, don't do that. We do it that way, and always alert. And then I was puzzling, and I said, okay, your system is hyperactive. You're always busy, and now it's not necessary anymore. So your adrenals, your thyroid is working too hard, and calm down. So I did a session, being occupational health doctor. And she was quiet, and she hadn't felt like this before. And I said, okay, you can go to your work now. Yeah, probably. So I check on her on Friday, but it was a big change. And now all the doctors, they can stop. It was just gone. And she went with me. She just, yeah, that has reason. I was always taking care of him. And now I sit with my cup of tea. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, but your system doesn't know it yet. That's what I did today. I'm very grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's used to being hypervigilant, isn't she? She's always looking at all these things, and it will burn out your adrenals and thyroid and everything else, of course.
But her system doesn't know it yet. So I told her system, you may quiet down.
Yeah, interesting. Lovely.
Yeah. So.
See? You know, the thing is, there are going to be battles that people aren't ready for, that we don't win, and that's just part of it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not Jesus. But I don't think he even healed everybody. I don't think that's what they said. He didn't actually heal everybody that came to him. So, I mean, not that I'm comparing myself, but we're not. So, Jay Morton, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Wondering how to change my name out, but never mind. Yeah, I think I first heard about you during the first lockdown. Remember the COVID lockdown? Seems years ago now, but I think I attended one of your webinars, and then I keep attending them. So I think you did one a month ago, was it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that helped with one of my traumas. I don't know which trauma to choose, to be honest, but you know.
Well, you know, lucky to be able to have a choice. And if you, if there is a trauma that you didn't get to, you can always just rewatch this video later. And anyone who's watching this after the live now, because we're going to put this on YouTube, anyone who's watching it later, you can just follow along, and it will resolve your traumas from watching the video. So you don't have to be doing it live with me.
Yeah. No, it's good. It really helped. It helped last time anyway.
What trauma did we clear for you last time?
Trauma from not an old boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend of many years ago, which I think I'm still carrying.
Okay.
But yeah, I have other traumas to deal with as well. So.
Well, the priority just shifts, doesn't it? So one of them doesn't have the sting, and then you just go on to the next one, and then maybe there's another one related to the first one or whatever. You just have to sort of decide which one's weighing on you the heaviest.
Yeah, no, definitely. But these sessions do help though, so thank you.
You're very welcome. Glad to hear it. Okay, Mark. Oh, did he just leave? That was odd. I call on him and he just vanished. What about iPhone? Whoever you might be. Secret iPhone with no camera. You can just speak to us verbally if you like. iPhone? Okay, Tabby. Tabby, how are you feeling? Righty-ho. Sue, how are you, sweetie? Sue's one of my advanced practitioners as well. Hello, not seen you for a while. You've been on the missing list.
Yes, I know.
You look gorgeous as well.
Thank
You're
you.
made up, looking pretty. Good.
Yeah, my dad, once again, actually, he had a funny turn this morning. They gave him liquid paracetamol, and they couldn't revive him, and it was really they had no response at all.
Oh my goodness.
And we found out afterwards, and then they pulled him round, and he's in this home. So I thought, oh God, I'm going to have to go to London again. But hopefully, thankfully, I spoke to him, and he said, I'm not too bad, and God knows what. I mean, it's ongoing. It's just I can't plan anything too much because something happens. Like I told you before, all these things are happening, and I just don't feel I can commit. Just in case something crops up, and I have to keep making up. So I'm sorry about this, but so I don't. I try not to. Now tonight, I was very keen to get on because I thought I've got nothing booked, and my dad, I didn't have to go to London, so that's good. So I can get on.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, whenever I've done, I'm not doing it professionally yet, but I intend to. And that's a massive step forward for me, because I thought, to warn everyone, when you get in your 70s, you don't want to be bothered with it. Sort of starting up a new career or racing ahead or doing anything. The part of you wants to, and the other part thinks, do you know what? I've done all that. Do I need to put myself through it again?
Els is pulling faces.
Pardon?
I can see Els pulling faces and just saying no.
What do you mean?
Or at
No,
least feel it. I'm not sure if she's actually pulling them. I felt her pulling them though.
Yeah. So I've managed to squash the bit that is sort of concerned, and I'm going ahead. So I think, sod it, I'm going to go for it. So
why not? It's
fun.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had to talk to myself.
Well, just dissolve the trauma of you not wanting to do it, darling. There's obviously some PCs or some AI or something stopping you from wanting to do it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's right. Yes. So it's difficult to work on yourself, though. It does work. I do AI.
You have, 13 practitioners in the advanced level practitioners that you could do swaps with, Sue.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
You should do it.
Yeah, because but anyway, I am moving ahead, and I still carry on doing it on anyone I come across with incredible results, and they they can't really explain. Oh, on Saturday. Oh, I tell you.
I need to get on, sweetie. I need to get
sorry.
on because we're just
Sorry,
having a
sorry
general
about that.
chit chat with my practitioners, and we need to
Sorry.
be aware
Yeah.
we're going to do that afterwards. We've got the meetup for the DE people afterwards. Okay, dokie. So right, let's get on with dissolving a trauma because it's been long enough of an introduction for everybody. Okay, so if you've done this before, most of you seem to have done this before. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pick a trauma. So you can pick this thing if you want. Pick a trauma and just name it for yourself. So you've just got the title, you know what you're talking about, and then grade it out of 10. So a 10 out of 10 being something which is completely gut-wrenching and very overwhelming. And then obviously the lower you get down, the softer it is for you. So has everyone got a trauma? And so once again, if you're watching this later at home, no problem. Just do exactly the same. Just follow along with us now. All right. So what we're going to be doing now is you just think about your situation and I will dissolve the resonance for it. And then you think about it and you just feel calm and at peace with it. And I've got iPhone coming back. So let me just add her back in because I think she's out and about. Give her a second. Hi, darling. So what we're doing is we're just thinking about a trauma, and then we're going to grade it out of 10, 10 being the worst, and then I'm going to start. So just know what your trauma is, and then grade it out of 10, and I'm going to start dissolving the trauma now. And if you want to do this later, just rewatch the video at another time. But just start thinking about your trauma. You just need to be able to feel it. If you can feel it, then I can clear it. We've got someone else coming in now as well. Just as we're about to start. I'm going to start, but I'm going to tell Stacey about what was going on. Hi, Stacey. Let me just make sure she can hear us. Hi, Stacey. So we're just thinking about a trauma, and we're just going to grade it out of 10, 10 being the worst, and I'm going to start to dissolve it now. So here we go. Okay, so that's the first round done. So how's that feeling? So let's just go around the room and just have a quick question of what number you started on when we started, out of 10, and now where you are. We're just going to have a quick round robin. So I've just muted everyone. So Gillian, what were you out of 10 and what are you now?
I started at about, I'd say, an 8, and it's gone right down. I could just feel myself even calming. So yeah, I'd say it's probably
I'm sorry, what is it, darling? Your audio's gone.
3 now.
A 3, great, fantastic. 8 to a 3, that's great.
Okay.
Wonderful. Else, what about you?
I had a 5 and I'm about okay now, I think.
Perfect. And Jan, now we have your name.
Yes, I know. I learned how to do it. Yeah, I think I got very emotional actually at the start of that on the process, and so it's got a lot better. I think I was a 9, and I'm about a 6 or a 7 now.
Okay,
So
cool.
I
We're going
need
to do a
keep-
couple more rounds. We just wanted to check in as it is now. Lovely.
Yeah,
Monica?
thank you.
I was an 8, and now I'm around a 4.
Brilliant. Wonderful.
Much better.
Sue? You're muted, sweetie. I'm just muting everyone when I'm going in. Asked to unmute. So unmute yourself, please, Sue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I exactly the same. I was an 8 and I've gone down to a 4, but I'm really getting rid of it. Really getting rid of it. That's
Lovely.
good.
Awesome. Lovely. Okay, Sarah?
So I was a 5, and I think I'm down to about a 2, and I just felt like a warm feeling in my tummy, and like just like feel joyous. So yeah,
Ooh.
thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
And iPhone? I know you seem to be very busy. It's quite difficult for you, I'm sure.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I joined a little bit late. My kids were sick. I had to go to the urgent care, and I'm currently dropping my son off. So I don't even know. I didn't know what we were supposed to be doing. I'm so sorry.
I'll tell you now. So what we're doing is we're just choosing a trauma, and what we're going to do is grade it out of 10. So a 10 being a really bad one, and obviously working down. And then all you're doing is thinking about that situation and just feeling it. And then you just have to allow the emotions to bubble up. And then when you feel it, then you're allowing me to get in there and actually dissolve it. And that's what I'm doing for people, which is why they've gone from sort of an 8 to a 4. So you just think about the situation and feel it, and I will dissolve the resonance to it, and then it becomes neutral. You get to a point of non-attachment. So it's no longer sort of tweaks you and makes you feel upset, and then it also sort of muddies your behavior later on and makes you feel upset about situations. It makes you react to certain situations from an unloving place. So I think we're all much more loving than we realize, and we've all got all these traumas, which makes us basically behave like dickheads. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to do it. We're going to do a few rounds, so you can get into the next round with us. And if you wanted to rewatch it, then you can also do the previous rounds. Cool. Alrighty. All right. So cool. Let's do the second round then, shall we? Okay. So everyone know where you are with your situations.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem at all. Just going to mute you. Because it's yeah. So we do the second round, so you know what number you're on now, and let's. Oh, is that scratchy? Well, yeah, we're going to go into the second round now. So just think about your situation again, allow yourself to feel the emotions, and we will do the next round. So let's go. Okay. Round 2 complete. Let's do our little check-in and see where everyone is now. So Gillian, where are you now, my love?
Yeah, I just feel like completely calm with it. So I feel like I'm right down at the bottom.
Awesome.
So that's great.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
We've got someone in the waiting room. Else, where are you, my love?
I did something else, and I'm very relieved about it. And I think a 5 again, and it's 0. Yeah, sort of. I felt it really go out.
Good, lovely jubbly, easy peasy. Yeah, so if you are low, then you can just skip on to something else. Okay, Jan, what about you, my love? It looks like it was emotional for you.
Yeah. I think I'm probably down to a 5 now. I just need to keep going with this.
Okay, no problem. We'll do another round in a minute. We're going to do 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And then what did you start on with? Remind me, Jan. Is it a 10 to start or very high?
Yeah, 9 or 10. But you know, it's getting lower. It's getting easier. So yeah.
Lovely. Cool. What about Monica?
I think I'm around 2 because I can't touch it no more. Fading away.
Yeah. That's what we want, non-attachment. So you think about it, it no longer has any resonance or any dissonance. So it just no longer bothers you. You think about it and you're like, yeah, so what? I mean, or it happened a long time ago, or it's just no longer making you feel anything. But it's called a non-attachment. I call it fast track forgiveness, but basically it's peace. You think about it and you feel calm instead of this animated anger or sadness or grief or whatever you might have experienced prior. Lovely. Okay, Sue. Sue, you're yeah, I can't hear a word. You're just mouthing like
no,
some bad voiceover from a kung fu movie.
No, it was excellent. It went right down, right down. Yeah, I would say the highest score would be a 1.
Oh, lovely.
It's really good. Yeah,
that sounds fantastic. Sarah.
Yeah, that was really interesting as well. So previously the pain, the hurt would be in the tummy area. And for part of that, it was like my tummy was so full I couldn't get hurt in there. Just really quite different. And then if anything, it's maybe a 0.5 to a 1. So teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny. Was it quite a big trauma for you, love?
Yeah, it was actually. I mean, yeah, I kind of worked on it for a number of years, but yeah, sitting about a 4 or 5 when we started. But yeah, hell of a lot better. Thank you.
Fantastic. iPhone. I don't know what your name is. I know you're busy. It might not be the best time easiest for you to talk. Did you notice an improvement there at all? Your audio's off. I did mute you.
So it's a pretty recent trauma, and it was domestic violence related, which is why my tooth is still missing, and it gives me such anxiety every time I think about it. And that's how I felt at first, and then right at about the end it just like dissipated, and I would say down to about a 3.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I mean, usually my heart is in my chest. I mean, I'm in my stomach, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up when I think about that event. But
yeah. What's your name, sweetheart?
My name is Alyssa Barber. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to sign up or sign into Zoom.
What was it?
Had to download it. Alyssa Barber.
Alyssa.
Yes, ma'am. I was talking to you on Instagram.
Yes, Alyssa. Great, lovely. Are you in America?
I am. I'm in Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I like to have international people. That's great. Alyssa. Okay, cool. Lovely. And did I ask everybody? I think I asked everybody. We keep having people coming in and out, which is strange. All right, cool. Let's do the final round and see if we can get these down to very close to 0. If you're already quite low, then by all means pick something else which feels a bit more challenging to you if you'd prefer to do that. Alrighty, let's give it a go. So just focus on it. And you know what to do. Just think about that trauma and feel the emotions.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the 3rd round done. So let's just do our little check-in, see how everyone's feeling. Gillian, you're still my top left. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, I picked a different one this time because I was so low on the other one, and it was maybe about the 6 or something, and that's gone right down now. I say to about a 2, so that was lovely. Yeah, thank you.
Good, fantastic. Glad it's helping you.
Great,
Wonderful.
thank you.
And else?
Well, I'm sort of clearing up. 3rd trauma, and it's already we're gone, and I'm smiling, and it's relieved, I think. Thank you.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
You're old hat at this. I don't know why you've got any traumas left, Else. You should be doing this all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I was searching for traumas, but still there are some issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm good. Yep.
It's good to have a little spring clean. And Sue, what about you, darling?
Right. Oh, I'm muted.
No,
Yes,
we can hear
I
you,
had a
Susie. I
new,
didn't mute you
yeah,
again.
I had a new trauma, if you like, and it was 8, and it was very tricky, and now I can't really find it too well, so it's definitely on the way out. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And Monica?
I looked for something else and it's clear. It's much better. I felt it like coming up, some energy lifting up. So I feel fine, really. I feel good.
Good. Lovely.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Jan?
Yeah, still quite emotional, as you can probably tell. I think I'm down to about a 3 now, 3
Okay.
or a 4, which is a lot better.
Was it a big trauma? Do you want to share what it was at all? You don't have to.
Yeah, my mum died.
Yeah, that's going to be a gut-wrenching one, of course. That's a very, very difficult one. Was it recent?
2014.
Yeah. And you've just, yeah, it's a very difficult one. So what I recommend to you is just to, this video will be sent out tomorrow. So just rewatch this video and just keep going and watch it as many times, you know, me doing the healing, but as many times as you need until it's completely clear and you feel at peace with the situation. So just keep going with it until it's just calms down and you feel just, you know, as neutral as possible. It's always going to be sad. I'm sure you loved her very much. But it doesn't need to be sort of overwhelming you day to day and preventing you from having joy in the current. So just rewatch it until it just feels comfortable. Yeah,
I will do.
okay,
Thank you.
No problem. Sarah?
So I picked a new one, which was a 9, surprised me. And I came right down to 2. So there's lots of kind of heart anxiety to begin with. And then I was like searching for it. I'm thinking, is it there? And yeah, 2. Amazing.
That is good, isn't it?
Super cool.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And Alicia?
Okay, I'm so sorry. So it's
So
the
busy.
same. It's I'm driving again. It's the same situation that I was thinking about. It does always, I mean, if I compartmentalize. So if I really think about it, which is, only sometimes, because I've kind of tried to detach myself from it, it's my son. But I started at about, as soon as I started really actually thinking about what I can remember, it was about a 10 again, if there's not a higher level, but I did go, it was kind of calming. It was, I don't know, it's strange, but it did bring me back down. But then, of course, I don't know if driving helps me with the anxiety. And
of course not. I mean, you're in a very difficult situation. Unfortunately, this was not a convenient time for you.
I was so interested that, I was going to be here.
Yeah. Well, look at you. So yeah, if you have more on that, then as I said to Jan, just rewatch it and just go through it until you feel at peace with your situation.
And that's how it works. Like I can watch this again and the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you can fit it in the footage, so that's pretty cool. You can just rewatch it and go over different traumas that you may have, and so yeah, you can rewatch it and it will still work. I know, it was magic. I don't know how that works whatsoever.
No, I mean, I'm all for it. Thank you. God, thank you.
Cool, fantastic. So yeah, anyone who's got any more, then please do just rewatch the videos. So, has anyone got any questions about anything? How's everything feeling to everyone? Progress? So if anyone's interested in learning this, I do highly recommend everyone learns these things for themselves, because being able to dissolve traumas makes life so much blooming easier. And there is this dark side of the law of attraction, which we touched on earlier, which is if you have horrible things that have happened to you in your past, then you keep inviting them, you keep attracting them. Like Monica was saying about her money problems, and unfortunately when you have had scarcity and lack and problems financially, for example, you keep attracting them until you've cleared them from your energy field. So if you can actually clear traumas from yourself and not attract situations you don't want, your life becomes a lot easier. You know, you stop attracting things you don't want. And if they, you know, whatever traumas we've had, you just keep attracting the same ruddy things. You'll attract the same style of abuse. You'll attract the same grief and guilt and whatever. It just happens again and again. And unfortunately, and as horrible as this is, you keep ordering it from the universe. That's what you're doing. It's like going to a restaurant and wanting the steak for dinner, but keeping asking for the chicken. You keep ordering something you don't want until you clear your system, until you spring clean it, and no longer have these things and this association with them. So if you want to have a happier life, I highly recommend you spring clean your system. You know, you can either do it by doing it yourself. The company's Divine Empowerment, and it's about you learning how to do these things for yourself and being empowered divinely so that you don't need to be suffering anymore. Or you can book in with me or one of my practitioners and they can give you a good old spring clean. But ultimately, it's about you learning how to do these things for yourself, hopefully, and then you having a happier life. And then if something rubbish does happen to you, which inevitably it does, it's about blank slating it and just clearing it and you feeling okay when something rubbish happens. You know, we're all going to have bad days. There are things that aren't going to work in our favor. And if it can be that you can just neutralize that quickly, it means you don't have to sit in the pain and trauma. You don't have to be, you know, a victim of horrible things that happen to you. You can be the victor rather quickly rather than the victim. And, you know, but we're all going to have bad days, but you have less bad days when you stop attracting them. And if you can get through them quickly, then life becomes that much simpler for everybody. So everything's on my website. It is divineempowerment.co.uk or .com. I've got both actually now, either way. And then you can come and learn some magic. So the courses they're all online now because I've had so many requests because I've got students all over the world from Australia to America, all over the place. So I just put everything online, and then we have weekly meetings. We're about to have a meeting in a minute. And you can just watch all the videos at your own pace, and it's 333 for level 1. If you want to do levels 1 to 3, there is a discount, which is, I think it's $795 to do 3 courses rather than $999. And you can learn some magic for yourself. And it makes your life so much simpler. Let's hear from Els. How has Divine Empowerment changed your life, Els?
Look at my face. My friend calls me overjoyed because most of the time I'm happy. It really changed my life. I had a rather tough weekend and I was a bit upset, and then I did something to myself, and normally it would take 2 days, headache and things like that, but now it wasn't, and it changed my life completely. And like having this talk with this patient or lady, and I helped her so much. And then it was work, and then I was smiling and happy because I helped somebody, really. So yeah, it changed my life.
It's really fun. It's really joyful, you know, to be able to help people. There's this Sanskrit word called seva, S-E-V-A, which is selfless service. It's so fun and so nourishing to you when you can actually do service and really change someone's life in a fundamental way, which is basically what we do all the time. I mean, it's amazing if you've got kids as well. And obviously there are going to be situations when there's problems at school and something doesn't work in their favor. And if you can just clear that quickly, then it just makes life so much smoother. So much smoother. Yeah.
I totally agree on that. Yeah.
It just makes life easier. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to ask me before we close? No? No?
Can I just say, Antonia, what was amazing to me that I don't think I've told you about, but
Okay.
The first time I met up with you, which would be 2 years ago in June, my son had died when he was 15. He got washed off of a rock.
Okay.
I don't know that I told you that, and he died with his friend. And of course, I used to get very upset if I'm living reasonably near the place where he was washed off, and I used to get upset about it. And you cleared it completely. for me, and that was outstanding. I was talking about it yesterday to someone, that how it's just extraordinary. It was. I mean, it's still with me. That's still with me. What you did, it was incredible. Yeah.
Yay! I didn't know that, Sue.
No.
So that kept you in divine empowerment.
Yes. Yeah. God. I mean, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. No.
I don't think there is. And if there is, I want to hang out with them. What are they doing?
Yes.
Can we play?
Yeah.
My ego wouldn't be in it. I'd be like, oh my God, I've got a playmate. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yes. That's it. That's it.
I'd love to find someone who can do things like I can do. Honestly, I mean, obviously my practitioners can, do the things that I do, but if there was someone who was playing at the same level as me, I'd think that was bloody brilliant. I've not found them. I'd love to meet them though.
I know. I haven't seen them around, and I've been looking. I'm interested, just meeting up with anybody that comes close. There isn't anyone.
I've not seen them.
No.
So yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but it is futuristic. The Akashic Record said that I've incarnated backwards from 200 years in the future to be able to bring healing back into the world. I think it's true. It makes sense for my personality, doesn't it?
It is. It really does. It really does. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it shows. It does show. Yeah.
Crazy. All righty. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? As I said, you'll be you'll get sent this video tomorrow, probably. I'll get my PA to sort it out. And if you have any other traumas you want to work on, or there are more to be done, simply follow the steps. You can fast forward the first bit of it and get into just the energy bit if you want, or whatever you prefer to do. And then please do share it with your friends. We want to get more people in the community and doing wonderful magic things. And if you'd like to join, then please do. We need wizards. We need more and more wizards to be able to bring magic back into the world. And the difference between a witch and a wizard is higher versus lower level magic. So I'll give you a brief on that one. Witches use potions and spells and covens and angels. They use some intermediary to help you do the work. And it's amazing. What we do is we do higher level magic, which is awaken you to your true nature, to your God self. And you can do these things first time, every time, just by intention, because I've awoken something within you which has been dormant for millennia. And then you can do this work, and it's super easy to do. So that's the difference between witches and wizards. So we're wizards because it's awakening to your true nature, to your God self. And then you can do this work. So but we need an army of wizards. We need so many people being able to do it, because there's so much suffering in the world, and there doesn't need to be. We've got the tool to help most people with suffering. And I feel a huge obligation to get this work out and to help as many people as we possibly can, because there's so much pain. And if people aren't in pain, then the world would be so much of a better place, because, hurt people. That's what it is. And if we can, reduce that, and people have an easier, more fun life, softer life, then it's beautiful. And then if you want to book in with anybody, you're welcome to do that from the website as well, divineempowerment.co.uk. Obviously, we can do an emotional spring clean, but we can also work on different physical issues if you have them, because they're all caused by emotional traumas too. So if you have anything physical that you need a little bit of help with, then my practitioners and I can also help you with that. Cool. All right then. Well, I think we're nearly at time, so let's call it there. And thank you everyone for being here. And let me know if you have any questions. You can always email me to antonio@divineempowerment.co.uk. Have a look at the website, and I'll see you later, alligators. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming. See you. And practitioners, I'll see you on the next Zoom link in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks very much. Thanks.
Bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye.